My name is Bethany Anderson. I am originally from Colorado, and I grew up in a family that talked a lot about their emotions. So in some ways it makes sense that I became a therapist. My educational journey to becoming a therapist started with an undergrad back east, and then in 2012 I graduated with a master's of social work. I spent my baby years as a therapist down in Arizona, first working 3 years in community mental health and then 3 years in wilderness therapy. In 2018 I moved to Utah, started working as a therapist in someone else's private practice, and in January of 2022 I opened Guided Path Center for Trauma Healing. As a therapist, I specialize in trauma and attachment issues. I am also a registered play therapist, so with that training I can work with clients as young as 4 years old. I enjoy a mix of kids, tweens, teens, and adults on my caseload. I have training in various types of play therapy as well as extensive training in sand tray play therapy. I'm certified in EMDR therapy and I'm a specialist in EMDR sand tray therapy. I picked my logo for Guided Path Center for Trauma Healing as a cairn. Outside of work, I do a lot of hiking and backpacking, and a cairn is something that will mark a trail so that you stay on course, especially at tricky parts on the trail where it might be unclear where the trail is leading. I see a therapy session as a cairn, like a checkpoint, to have a guide there that's able to say, yeah, you're on the right track. As a therapist, I'm not the healer. I am a guide as the person accesses that intuitive internal part of them that knows how to heal. I provide the space and the place to do that healing, but they are the ones that have that wisdom. The healing process is about accessing emotion. It is about feeling things that were thwarted that I couldn't feel before and allowing myself permission to express in a way that I didn't give myself permission before. Therapy is a way for deepening that process of gaining self-awareness and that process of becoming more whole again. Having training in certain modalities allows me to be able to support that person in the work that they're doing. I know from my trauma training that if there's something that has happened in the past that's informing the present, that we need to go back into the past and clear it up. And that's a tricky part on that journey that they're not going to want to do on their own. And so having a witness there in support so that when they're encountering those feelings of that terrible moment, this time they don't have to do it alone. They have someone there to be with them while they feel it and let that emotion release. And that's the beauty of therapy, because the miracle of that healing is possible. I know that something terrible that happened in the past doesn't have to impact that person's future, and that's why I advocate for therapy. You're deserving of having that time and that space and that attention from a caring individual that can help be a guide to you on that path. I am honored when I am trusted with people's hearts and people's stories. And that's why I created Guided Path, to be a resource for that journey.